I think they're finally used to it in our place.
Wolverine cosplay. I'm Batman.
Thank you very much. Scared the crap out of me.
Alright, so here we are, beginning of day 2 of our Virginia City adventure. It's a little after 8 in the morning. ShanChan and I are nice and rested. Just wanted to shoot some
Falling into the snow.
footage of this glorious town.
Snow.
The hills just go on and on forever. I mean, there is literally nothing for miles around, other than Reno, that's 20 minutes away. Other than that, it's just this little town, built in the middle of nowhere. Very interested to check out this church later today. Apparently there's a museum in there. Still lots of awesome stuff to do. We are definitely not going to get bored. So let's get to it. So we're inside the Silver Queen, another haunted place in Virginia City here. The wedding chapel's right here, supposedly the only place that you can get married in town. But I wanted my audience to check this out. This whole thing is silver dollars to honor the miners of this town. But if you look closely, every single one of these is a silver dollar. That's a lot of silver dollars. Pretty freaking amazing. Almost looks like old-timey stuff back here, but I guess you just pick out a wedding dress and fancy hat, and you go in there and get hitched. Done deal. Interesting. It looks like a little shooting gallery in the corner here that me and ShanChan might try out before we go. And again, this is really cool stuff on the ceiling. And then the bar looks incredible. Okay, so we're at the collar mine. We're about ready to take another mine tour. ShanChan's very excited about this one. That field right there apparently is where they have the ostrich races. Seriously thinking about coming back here in September to see that. And over there is the train ride that they do during the busy season. So we may be able to do that on our return trip as well. And then here is where the collar mine tour is going to take place. We're going to try and hit this one. There's a museum at the church that we want to hit. And a haunted mansion right down the way that's directly across from the hotel that we're staying in that we're also going to try and hit. But there's just so much to do here. We might run out of time before we get it all done, but we're going to try.
Pit, that's at the end of the claim at the base of Mount Davison there, okay? Because the claim is 1,400 feet long. That pit was done in the late 30s, 40s, into the 70s and 80s as they wound around Gold Hill, Silver City. That was Houston Oil and Minerals that did that work back then, okay, that opened pitting. Then Comstock Mining came along and they did their work in 15, 16 years ago when they moved the road in Gold Canyon from the left side to the right side. Okay. Anyway, the temperature is always the same in here. It's about 63, 65 degrees. And the farther you go down, you're going to gain 3 to 5 degrees temperature every 100 feet below the surface from the geoepithermal that caused all this to happen. Okay. We have a shaft over here, but it's not called a shaft. It's called a winze. Underground, they're called winzes. When you go up, you go raises. Okay. This is collapsed off. It goes down about 20 feet, choked off. When I first got here, it had water near the surface, like it was pooling. But over time, the water has resided the past several years. Well, the Ghost Adventures, we're going to throw that in. When they were here 15, 16, 20 years ago, they found Frank the miner. They said he had fell to his demise down the ladder. And we're going to say Frank is there to help us today in spirit. This bell code signal is every 100 feet down in a mine. There's a bell right in front of it or somewhere closer down. The ropes go down, the little rings to untangle them where they get to the bottom. Every bell is hooked together so they run in unison in case you have to ring something while you're working in the old mines here. So anyway, Frank is down there. Charlie's over here on the little wooden block of wood. There's a boiler outside burning 50 cords of wood a day approximately, running other equipment on top, the hoist, which was on top of us. When you come from the 341, the truck route down, you come down F Street. Right above me is a set of apartments or quadplex with a French blue roof. That's where the shaft of the collar goes 1,300 feet down. Below that, they built an addition on it, and part of this addition has got a door cut 6 inches on one side to make it straight, okay? And so you've had things going down. As you make the bend to us, you go down to us. We came below next to that, across the garage on top of the 341. That's why we're almost to the top of the truck route on the C Street, because we came forward into it, okay? Frank is down here ready to go to work. Charlie's right here. The 2-piston steam or pneumatic hoist is waiting to go. Then all of a sudden, he wants to ring the bell, and the bell says, let's lower. Charlie engages, and then all of a sudden, the cable above my head catches around, takes this bucket, and runs it right on down the rungs, all the way down to Frank. When Frank wants to go stop, he's done. The working face over here, you have the fuses coming out. They have drilled, and I'm going to talk about that later. Well, when Frank is down there, he has blasted the working face. The material hits the ground, it changes its name. It's called muck. And I'm going to muck it up, and I'm a mucker, okay? And so I muck it up. I put it into the ore bucket. Once I'm ready to get it up, I have to ring the bell. Hoist, muck, or materials only. 1, 2, 1. Charlie engages. Up comes this bucket. It drops it into the ore chute here. It tumbles the rock into the wooden ore cart that you see inside. 60-some% full maybe. And then all of a sudden you take and you're going to run the bucket right on down. You're going to take it right on down to the bottom. And when he gets to the bottom, he's going to say stop. He's going to muck material back into it. When he's ready to go, it's the 1, 2, 1. Then all of a sudden it brings that up. It dumps into this cart. The cart is 700 to 850 pounds. The material could be 1,200 pounds if it's heavy and weighted. Plus, it's a ton on 4 wheels. You're going to lean over. You're going to roll it down this 1% grade. Since we climbed a hillside to get in here, it's going to take it out past the adit, past the entrance to the mine, the portal, and then you're going to go either right or left. To go right, it's determined that the material was worthless. Who does that is the S there. Every time they're working in here, somebody outside is burning off the residual and the mercury, and he's going to tell you, yes, they're going to put it in a chipmunk crusher, they're going to screen it to so many microns they think they need it to, put it to little crucibles, add some mercury for a button, and then they're going to fire it off, and what's left, hey, it's good stuff. It doesn't go right, it goes left. If it goes left, it goes to the ore bin. The main shaft under those apartments, we're hoisting material to. It goes across the V&T rail into the waste dump. If it's no good, it goes into that 200-foot long ore bin that's maybe 12 or 14 by 24 feet down. It has these ore chutes along that hillside where the train track is below me right there. You keep filling it repeatedly. Then your teamsters or your ore wagon drivers come up, they pour the chute, they take it down to one of the 20 to 30 to 60 finally mills that were down 6 Mile Canyon, and whatever the mine's choice. In the beginning right there, it was just you doing it all, and then you may got some crews, and then somebody put a mill in. The early mills were there. At one point, the Bank of California controlled a lot of percentage of the mines here. If they had money on a mill, they'd tell this mine not to send any money down to that mill. Let's starve them out. That's how William Sharon operated. He was the agent for the Bank of California. If you were a shareholder, he'd say, run those worthless rocks one more time, add the tonnage, and they do it to make everybody happy. Whatever makes the world go around at that point. That goes again and again and again. That's the process at this location here. What questions do you have at this point right here?
So this is the original 12 by 12?
Yeah, right in here in the center, all these old timbers here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but those are the...
they look like it.
They look like it.
They look like it. So, what questions do we got? Anything?
Did they ever bring donkeys down here?
They, in parts of the mine, they might have had mules here and there, but mostly it was guys pushing it out to the cages and raised up to the surface. You know, they had the mules take it down through the Sutro Tunnel. They may have had areas, but most of the transport mines were at maximum of 6 feet high. Some were even 7 in good ground. But this was Civil War era. That is the honeycombs or the square sets were maximum 6 by 6. In that point, people were about 5'6", 5'9", Civil War era there.
And how did they settle on 6 by 6?
Well, that was Mr. Diensheimer. It was his idea how to do it at a 12 by 12 timber for the weight, and even deeper they could use bigger timbers. But his design worked, and that was his idea, watching the honeybees. So anyway, I'm going to come over here, and let's talk about this drill. We're going to take away this water injection to make everybody disappointed in me. And all of a sudden here, if this was a canvas line and it had a slinky around it, and like to retain it from exploding, it could be a steam powered drill, okay? As you're driving into this face, you're going to cut a lot of quartz. If it's quartz in the area, a lot of things can get in your lungs and you can't even see. And you're going to have a bandana on. In a matter of years, you're going to have so much you can't breathe, and maybe 6 months to a year, you may be out of luck and may have passed away. That's called the Widowmaker, okay? At a point, they're going to add pneumatic lines. They're going to have the water brought in to cut the dust down right here. And then life's going to be good for the gold miner, okay? A little bit more money, and you don't never want to be the first to experiment with new things in the old days. You're going to drill in here, your collar bars right here, your knuckle right here, and this is how we drill, and also the collar bars are used for raising the timbers up and down. I have a 4, 5, and a 6, 5, 6 out front. You hold the timber up with 2 guys, and you start putting the ribs into the sides. You're drilling in the back here, you have dynamite at one point. At this point right here, jack leg drill, late 30s and 40s. Do you guys use these still? Where you're working at?
No.
You're using rubber tire track equipment?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, with the laser guided drills come up and down, the water suppression, the blue light comes around, you back away.
It's treaded.
Shredded.
It's treaded.
Yeah, and once you back away, the blue light, whatever goes on, and it goes and boom, right?
Yeah.
And so, but this is the old way, let's say third world countries.
Well, we're using C4, not regular
Dynamite. And so, this is what you use here, late 30s, 40s, and it's an old invention. The first was steel, now this is aluminum. They rebuild them in eBay and mining supply houses and that for small scale mining operations, and they still use this equipment, okay? You can still buy it. But what questions you got now, anything? Mucking plate right here. If this was cleaned up, you'd have this steel plate set in front. As the material hits it, you're going to muck off this. If this track had 2 more rails coming across at an intersection, you would have this gone. You'd 45 cut all these corners. The plate would be in the center, so when you brought your cart, you could spin it on the steel and send it another way. That'd be your turntable if you didn't have a turntable. Okay? Okay, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do something else. We're going to go back to 1800s, okay? Harvey's right here, and he loves the 1800s. And, there we go. And we're burning yellow. Hey, you did good.
So this is all hard rock mining.
Hard rock mining, that's it. The timbers are less timbers in Gold Hill, Silver City. The farther you get down, they call them bald mines. But these mines here are pretty much all timbered up here in this mushy material. Because when that glacier movement came in, it took the top of the hill, it spewed from the mass all the way out, this muck. And this is the muck they're getting into, finding all that product. That's what they got. We're underground right here. And how bright is this? This is 1. What is that? What's that name? What
Candlestick?
1 lumen.
1 lumen or 1 candle power, right?
1 candle power.
Yes, where we're at. It's like old days, 1 candle power. So right here, Harvey's my rat, and without Harvey, I wouldn't be a good miner. I need Harvey. I got 2 of his family over here playing. I need to have a dozen rats in the mine. They were not for methane or carbon dioxide detection, but they were my mine's safety. What could they do for me?
If they start running, you need to run with them.
You got it. Because your rats tell you there's a minor quake going on, timbers are coming loose. If they're scared, you follow your rats out. You have a dozen rats. These mines had thousands and thousands of mine rats at one time running around. They were for safety. If you got caught hurting a rat, or even worse, they would pay you and tell everybody not to hire you. You're no good at safety equipment. So
Yeah,
this
we
was
had
their,
about 1,500 rats.
in your mines?
Yeah. No,
You-
in the tunnel.
In the tunnels, just because they're there?
No, because we put them there. We trained them.
Are you really?
Yeah.
For safety?
No, we're actually sorting out people.
How?
The food you eat
Yes.
says what you smell like.
Okay.
So if I'm trying to sort out a Caucasian from a
It's experiments.
no,
No.
for real.
Okay.
If I'm trying to sort out,
Yeah.
are you Islamic?
Yeah.
Are you Caucasian?
They're using rats.
Using rats.
So rats do it all, because even in, was it South Korea or Vietnam, that rat got a gold medal for sniffing out bombs and stuff.
Same thing.
That big
Is
rat.
if you're a Vietnamese, you smell a certain way.
Okay.
If they've got a prisoner in there
Okay.
and he's Caucasian, the little rat comes back and tells you.
That's interesting. Yeah. Just like dolphins and everything else they're trying to get out.
Yeah. But we also train them to find the explosives they put,
Oh yeah.
the booby traps.
Mhm.
So all that
Interesting.
stuff.
Yeah, rats do it all.
Yeah, they're good things.
Here, the rats were great too. Okay, so we've got that. So I'm going to park my candle here, and I'm going to get a 4 to 5 pound hammer. And the term of that is an English Cornish term. It's called single jacking. We're going to turn around. We're going to have a sharpened drill steel. We're going to turn it as we're hitting it. It's called single jacking. I'm going to start with a moil. That'd be a little sharp point, maybe of a super hard rock to chisel it. I'd have a foot, foot and a half, 2, 2.5, 3. I have a sling. I carry my 4 to 5 pound hammer with me. I better keep this shiny at the end. I better keep these sharp. The reason you keep that shiny is because you're going to be working in this light, and this is better shine to see to hit it. Okay?
Yeah.
So you have to see what you're doing. You got to keep your chisels and tools clean. Okay? Well, we're going to have a 8 to 13 pound hammer, and we're going to have a helper. And when two people work, it's called double jacking, another Cornish term. The new hires would usually hold this, and they would spin this, and they would take, and it'd be shining with just that end, and the people that were old timers would be sledgehammering it. Two people working is called double jacking. That's the term, okay? Because you're working under candlelight back then. Well, once you got your holes drilled, you're going to bring out this thing here. What do we call this? Just doesn't matter. What do you think it looks like?
Looks like a metal stick.
Yeah, but it's got an end to it. See it? What's that end look like?
A back scratcher?
Almost.
Clean out the holes.
Yes. It's just your powder
Hole cleaner.
spoon and a hole cleaner, okay? So
Put
would you
the
take
dynamite
it?
in.
Yeah. We come out here. Look at that. We clean that out. And then, if we're from the East Coast, we maybe have DuPont Powder Works. If we're from the West Coast, it could be California Powder Works, Hercules Powder, and other various brands. We're going to pour it in here. And then, we're going to take our powder spoon, and we're going to dip it in.
Put it in.
And we're going to take it, and we're going to put it in. We're going to fill the amount we think in every hole we've created, all the holes. And then we're going to take a wooden tamping stick, and we're going to use it for compression. And we're going to compress in all these holes. And then we're going to open up our fuse, and our fuse pack is called Dreadnought. It's made in Denver. And it means, don't worry. My fuse burns 43 seconds a foot. What does that mean? You got 43 seconds a foot. So
pretty slow.
once you cut it, you're going to know everything's timed.
Yep.
So what you're going to do, you're doing all this in the old candlelight, okay?
Yeah.
So you're going to come over here. You're going to light the center one. You're going to light the 5 around. You're going to light more. The bottom 2 and the top 2. And what's going to happen is, as the fuse are burning, you're going to walk around where the light is back there, maybe 50 feet. And we're going to crouch down, and we're going to open our mouth so the percussion doesn't take our eardrums out. And then when it goes off, we're going to turn right. We're going to take a half hour to climb the ladders out of here. We're going to get on a cage, ride to the surface. We're going to past John and whoever's coming in. We're going to head and maybe get a soda pop or an ice cream or a nickel beer oysters, and our shift's over with. As they come down, the dust is settled. They're going to become muckers. They're going to clean this mess up that I've created or somebody's created, put it in the wooden Studebaker wheelbarrow, or put it in the bucket, or put it down the cart, and then they're going to do their 3 to 5 feet, and they're going to blast, and they're going to leave. And it goes on again and again and again. Timbermen are bringing down the shaft timbers. They're setting them in. They're running drifts maybe in. They're not all in this room. Per mine, there's probably 30 guys working at different locations in the same time. That's a shift. 3 shifts a day. Thousands of miners in town. When you weren't in a mine go to the surface, you were probably working for the fire departments here. Whoever got to the fire first won, okay? So there are races with the wagons like the Western movies. Anybody get to the fire to put them out. Sometimes the fire wagons even caught on fire. They burned up. They had 3 to 5 fires in town, at least 5 fires. The biggest one was in 1875. It cleared 2,000 properties in town, and that went on. There wasn't much left of the downtown. If you go to the Palace Saloon, you can see a little row of buildings from the Ponderosa, which is the Bank of California, on down on that side, and see the 3 big houses behind it. That's all for that end of town. Then the other end of town came along, and that burnt down. Then over the early 1900s, they put the town back together again. Okay, a lot of new houses in the area here. We're underground here.
Okay, so we just finished the mining tour. We're going to try and hit the McKay Mansion here. Don't know how much video I'm going to be able to shoot, but yeah, this place looks pretty cool. This is another haunted mansion tour that Shannon wanted to do, so that's what we're doing.
Light around.
A little bit, yeah. The stuff on the lip here is showing up really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all silver.
Yeah. That's really awesome. All right, now show the room. So whose skull is that in the
I'll get to that
case?
in just a moment.
Okay.
Everything else you see in the cabinet has actually been found around the property. Back then, they did not have an organized waste management system, so what they would do is they would go to the backyard, dig a hole, and literally bury their trash in the backyard.
Huh.
Very sanitary, I know.
Of course.
The school you see right over there, that's my ex-boyfriend Daniel. Yeah, you can see where this relationship went. I'm just kidding. Actually, her name is Veronica. Veronica is from the 1800s, and she recently was found in our backyard. We don't know much about her except for the fact that she's dead, but what we do know is that she is female, and when we asked the ghost to give us a name for her, Veronica is what keeps popping up, so we really do believe her name could be Veronica. We also do believe, though, that she was murdered, and the reason why we think that is because she's a fractured skull right up here, and she has a little tiny hole on the left side of her head that's too small to be a bullet, so we think it's caused by an ice pick at the other side, because lobotomies and ice pick killings are very common around that time as well. So definitely not a great way to go.
You see the crack in the top?
Uh-huh.
But as you can see, she's still smiling to this day.
Yep. So how'd you figure out she was dead? That must have been a pretty hard
Intuition.
It was a lucky guess.
Lucky guess?
You want to see this? Look at the curtain.
Oh man, look at that. Oh, look at
I know, this room is pretty cool. Now you said this is the only completely restored room in the house, yes?
Yes, for the most part. The next room, the wallpaper is going to be taken down, and you'll see that as you go in there. The rest of the house actually still has a lot of the original wallpapers. So
I love the drapes.
aren't they pretty? But yeah, the rest of the house will still have the original wallpaper, which you'll want to be careful around because it still has arsenic in it. So
fun.
oh yeah. Oh, and then a lot of the rooms still have the original carpet as well. So.
Oh, there's some copper in there. Oh man, there's some cool stuff in there.
All right. So, the mansion was only built for $400.
What?
Doesn't that sound amazing right now?
What's that in today's time? Money.
A lot. Yeah. Where was I? But back then, $400 was considered a lot of money, and a lot of the light fixtures you're going to see are going to be original to that $400 price. When they were first put in, they were powered by gas at first, and you can tell by these little knobs you can see right there. They would use those to control the flame, whether they wanted to dim light in a room or to brighten it. Then in the 1880s, they were converted over to electricity by none other than Thomas Edison himself. When he was finished converting all the lights into electricity, he actually was invited to have dinner downstairs in our dining room with the original dining room table that we still have today. If you look more towards the top of the ceiling, that's a medallion, also original to the house. The gold you see on it is 24 karat gold leaf paint, and we like to shed a little extra light onto this one because the other one we have was accidentally painted over. You'll see her later on the tour, but this is what she would have looked like if that had not been the case.
That's pretty cool.
Alright. And then coming over to this photo right here. In this photo, we have a couple celebrities, including one of America's former U.S. presidents. Would you guys like to guess who you think that is?
Nope.
Would you like a hint?
I'm going to cut the film so I can...
This is the parlor room, otherwise known today as a living room. Do we know why we call it a living room today?
No.
Well, then it's a good thing I'm here. So the reason why we call it a living room today is because back then the parlor room was otherwise known as the dead room. This is where we hosted all of our funerals before funeral homes were popular. Once funeral homes did become popular, we had no purpose for this room anymore, so to reinvent that purpose, we wanted to make this a more common space area for everyone to hang out in. But a lot of people were not keen on the idea of hanging out with the dead people would be, so to lighten up things a bit, we changed the name from dead room to living room.
Oh.
So yeah.
Is that the painted over that you're talking about?
Yes, I was just about to get to that. So that is the original, that is the medallion that was painted over. We are trying to see if we can remove the paint without damaging the original, but so far there hasn't been any luck. The chandelier coming down from medallion, that is a 24 karat gold chandelier and is original to the $400 price to build this place. I do get a lot of people ask me how much I think it's worth now. I always tell them it's priceless though, because how can you replace anything like that?
Yeah, seriously. You couldn't.
And then looking over at this mirror right here, this mirror is 1 in 5 in all Virginia City, but is the most expensive because of the gold leaf frame around it. If you haven't seen any of the other mirrors, they are all backed with diamond dust.
Oh,
wow.
You guys came at the perfect time of day too.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Can you see on your...
Yeah,
Okay,
it's showing up on the camera, yeah.
Yeah, usually with people's phones, they have to get like as close as my phone does, and I will just shine it.
That's just beautiful.
Wow.
So this though is not real diamond dust. I'll explain. So most regular mirrors from back then were made of pure mercury backing. If you were to look at them today, they'd be very yellow and tarnished. These special mirrors right here though are made of the silver and mercury backing. When they pour the silver mixture on the back of the glass, once the silver starts cooling down, the glass and the silver start connecting to each other, and all the sparkles you see is a connection between the two. And because of this sparkly effect, this is why we call it a diamond dust mirror.
That's pretty cool.
Alright.
You said it had gold around the frame too? The railing, I mean, the little twist in it. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, the tour guide has left us, so we're going to be exploring the rest of the house by ourselves. We'll see if we
Yeah,
actually get a
ghosties.
ghost on video here.
Give me ghosties.
But supposedly there's a gold-plated toilet upstairs, so I'm going to go take a ghost crap in it.
Okay. Got the bear up there.
That bear just scared the crap out of ShanChan.
I was not expecting there to be a bear up there. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Look at the... I love how the railing twists right there. See that? Oh man. Oof.
And this is the wire here for the world's first telephone
Yep,
that was
right
installed
there.
in this house, which supposedly is up here someplace.
No, it is, not supposedly. That's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's cold up here. That bear looked a lot bigger from down
Yeah,
there.
all these houses are freaking freezing.
That looked a lot bigger from below. This must be the attic.
I'm guessing so. We're not
Creepy.
supposed to go up there.
Well, it's locked,
Okay.
but you can go in there and look.
Oh, geez, look at those steep stairs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to give you a good idea, here's one step, and here's my hand. So it's like barely as wide as my hand. And, you know, that's really freaking steep right there. Getting up there would not be fun. Look at, did you see the candlesticks?
Yeah.
I mean, just those look creepy looking.
I think that's a fake. That's
I think
a
that
fake.
might be a prop.
That's a prop. That's a prop, honey. You like the cockroaches?
Nice.
This must be Mr. Necky's room. I think she said. It has a male sitting here, so I'm assuming that's Mr. Mac.
Wow.
That is just crazy.
Holy cow, that's
Look at
fancy.
the bed frame. Holy mackerel.
The bedpan. Is that what they call those?
What?
That thing against the back of the bed to keep the bed warm that you stick underneath the mattress?
I don't think that's called a bedpan. Bedpans are like what you poop in. But yeah, so you put coals in it and you shove it underneath the bed to keep it warm.
If it's not called the bedpan, I don't know what it's called. And it looks like there's a door over there that actually leads to the next room.
That might be the
Frickin'
bathroom.
fancy. Oh, and there's that same pattern above the light thing that got painted over again, it looks
Yes.
like.
That's sad.
Yeah, whoever did that probably got fired.
Oh, this would be the creepy doll room.
Okay. Which ones did she say definitely were not haunted?
That nun,
The nun right there.
The
and the one in the blue dress
blue
next
dress, which is really creepy because look, her eyes are gone.
to it. Uh-huh.
What? But she said that there's 3 that are haunted. Ugh, this is really creepy. I wouldn't know who it'd be. I don't know, what do you think, honey? I think that baby
that I don't
right there.
believe in this sort of thing.
I think it's that baby
What
doll.
are you asking me for?
Right there. I think in that one. That one
Just
right
a
there.
creepy looking baby.
Creepy looking baby. Well, she said there's 3. But I'm thinking that's one of them. Is that one... That one's like creepy looking.
Okay. Well, you can keep looking at that. I'm going to go look at some other stuff.
Well, that's the only one I can guess. I don't know what the other 2 would be. I have no guesses. This is the kids' room we're allowed to go in, but no touching and no sitting.
And there's that pan thing again for the bed.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's creepy.
I wish it was a little bit more well lit in here because the camera's not doing so great.
Oh my goodness. Well, where do you want? I'll shine light. Some old books.
Mm-hmm. This must be the wife's room.
So I guess their rooms are connected. So if they ever want to, canoodle. Another painted over one. Yeah, she said downstairs is the only one that wasn't painted over. That's sad. Got a bed frame. Look at that freaking couch. Oh my gosh.
Look at the wash pan there.
Oh, I know. That's beautiful. That clock.
Yeah, it's not going to show up very well, unfortunately.
Well, I got some of it with my flashlight.
We're starting to
for you.
run out of daylight.
Oh, here's the bathroom with the gold toilet. Johnny Depp shat in that
Yep,
toilet.
Johnny Depp crapped in that toilet.
And I guess that pattern must be the gold.
I don't know if I had the camera running for that or not, but I guess he stayed here in the 90s and saw a ghost and freaked out.
And he was a non-believer. Look at that tub.
You gonna like fix tea for yourself while you're in here bathing and pooping?
Sure, why not? It'd keep you warm. Wow. Freezing cold in here.
All right, I think that's it for the
Where
upstairs.
was the telephone?
Maybe the bedroom? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. Let's look back in. I thought she said it was in.
I thought she said the phone was upstairs.
Yeah, she said the phone was upstairs. It's on the wall. Where did she say it was?
Okay, well, I'm going to cut the film until we find it.
Okay.
Okay, so the phone was in the wife's room. This is the very first telephone ever that we are looking at right now. And she said, what, Thomas Edison installed this himself into this house?
Yep, you can see the side, the receiver thingy right there.
Pretty freaking cool.
I would have guessed it would have been in his room, not her room. It might have been moved though.
Yeah, and I guess that wire that we saw earlier actually goes into the wall. Because there's no wire coming out of it.
It might have been moved, honey.
That's also true. It could have been moved.
It could have been in the hallway, and they didn't want people,
Yeah,
messing with it, and so
maybe.
they moved it or something.
Anyway,
Wow.
that's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I wish the lighting was a little better so I could... Yeah, sadly that's not going to show up very well on camera.
What? What is it? What are you trying to look at?
Can you get your phone out and use the phone's flashlight? Because that's brighter.
Okay, I can do that. Tell me my fingerprint doesn't match.
There we go.
There.
That's better. There we go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You can only see it here in Virginia City.
Made out of metal. You can see the clock now too.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right, let's check out the downstairs. Wow, this is
See that?
cool.
Yeah. It's all did up for Valentine's Day.
Yep, we had a tea party. We like
Look
to
at the
host
look
a
at
bunch of
the
different events.
top of the
and-
chandelier on that one.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
And this one was like a murder mystery tea party.
That's
really?
awesome.
Oh yeah, I wasn't a part of it, but I heard about it. It was like, it seemed like it was great. Everybody loved it.
That would have been awesome. When did that happen?
The weekend before Valentine's Day.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're doing another one for St. Patrick's Day though.
There's an old typewriter over there in the corner. Yeah, the light on your phone works way better than the little light that you have in your pocket. Oh, I hear somebody.
Oh yeah, we have people here.
Ghosts.
We're
Go.
having a meeting for St. Patrick's Day for that tea party.
Is this all original out here too? That looks like one of those laundry things that you used to wring out the laundry.
Yeah, most of it is. I don't think like that table and chairs are original. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But a lot of it would be original. Yes.
And this is the way we go out.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. Have a good rest.
Yeah, that was a really cool tour. Thank you.
Stay warm.
Is that snowblower original?
Yes, that is definitely an antique snowblower right there. Coolest thing we saw on the tour right there.
All right. Have a good rest of your evening.
You too, thanks.
Yeah, you too. Are those chimes coming from the church?
I believe so. Hopefully we've still got time to make it over there.
Do you know when the church? I think I have things to see when the church closes. Oh, it's beautiful sounding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can hear that on camera.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick little stroll over this way. Trying to slip and fall in the snow. A cute little backyard here. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to go back here because there's a no trespassing sign right there. So I think this is as far as I can go. All the same, pretty awesome.
Oh man, the view.
Looks like maybe people have weddings back here or something.
The view, man.
Got a bunch of old sinks and tubs down here. Pretty cool. Alrighty, on to the next thing. Okay, so we're at the Del Rio Cafe, which is basically
Right next to our
right
hotel.
next to our hotel room. Somebody from one of the bars earlier suggested that we come and eat here because they said the chicken was amazing. They were not wrong. We've almost eaten the whole thing already. The chicken was very amazing. However, this plate, we got 3 little chicken breasts, some mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and peas. And it was $21. The pizza was $24. Filled both of us up. This didn't even come close to filling us up.
I could have eaten this by myself.
Yeah, and I could have easily done that too. So we're gonna have to eat some more food when we get back to the hotel. That being said, if money is no object, this is a very good place to eat if you're willing to spend about $50.
Because the chicken was worth trying for sure.
ShanChan and I don't like spending that much money when we go out to eat. So I would
Probably
take,
won't
I would
come
take
back.
the pizza over here over this in a heartbeat. But just wanted to give you our thoughts about eating at the
Cafe
Del Rio Cafe.
Yeah. But chicken is super, super good. Really delicious. Well worth the try.
There are tons of places to eat at here, but most of them close at like 6. Some of them even earlier. So if you stay out past 6, your choices are a little limited. But so far, Red Dog takes the cake.